Okay, so how would you feel about creating a winning record in your online business when it comes to achieving your goals and completing your projects? And it is actually pretty simple. So, if we haven't met before, my name is Michele, and I'm a certified online business manager. And I kindly kick digital CEOs out of the back office so they can focus on more sales, more revenue, and my very favorite, more impact. Okay, so working closely with online entrepreneurs, I understand firsthand that checking the done box is not really something that's very exciting for them, or the actual implementation or the doing in the business, that's not exciting for them. And so, why is this actually a problem? Or what do I run into that I feel like this is a problem? And what it can be is what happens when that's not very exciting and the creating the vision and all of that is what they truly want to do in the business, which is important. Don't get me wrong on that one. But when you're missing the deadlines, that leads to issues with actually achieving the goals and that vision, that big dreamy vision that you have out there for your business, because it doesn't allow you to actually have your team be able to follow through with everything they need to get done. And that is where you run into problems with it. So, if you're trying to achieve a goal or finish on an important revenue generating project in your business on time and you're actually not getting that task completed because it's not exciting for you, well, then your team might be also falling behind a little bit. And so, this is a simple solution to creating a winning record in your online business. And then this might give you a little bit more excitement to actually completing some of those tasks. So stay with me here. It's not necessarily talking about the number of leads or the number of offers or the number of visions or any of that that I'm talking about here. No, I'm talking about creating a winning record with your action items in your to-do list. Okay, so I spend a great deal of time on sporting events and talking about sporting events because my kids love to play sports in school, and that's great, and I love, love, love it. But prior to any game, so this is why it's coming up for me. So prior to any game, what I see is that we're discussing the record of the opponent, like looking at their different stats and metrics and the individual stats and metrics along with it. And y'all know that numbers totally tell a story. So whether it's in your business or any sort of sporting endeavor, it tells some sort of story. So it got me thinking about how would an entrepreneur actually keep track of a winning record in their online business? And to gauge how the things are actually going, and just to look at things from a little bit of a different angle, besides the everyday metrics that does cause a few of the entrepreneurs that I know to completely glaze over in their eyes and not get at all excited about that as well. Okay, so why is this important in your business? So you may be wondering, why this is even important in your business and how is this even relevant to creating a winning record in an online business if it's not directly like revenue or leads or something along that lines. And it's pretty simple. So let me break it down for you. If you have an action item and it's completed on time, then it's a clear win. And if it's not completed on time, it's a clear loss. So that's pretty simple, right? And here's the thing, as an online business owner, you play an important role in taking a project across a finish line or achieving a business goal. So those action items aren't always exciting to you as the owner. However, they are necessary and very important for the excitement of your team. So I'm going to break it down here real quick. So in order to achieve a goal, you need to actually break those things down into action items. If you want to complete a project, you need to break that down into daily actionable steps that need to take place, so that you can make sure that you're getting that accomplished and it's getting done. Now, if you don't have an online business manager or a project manager on your team yet, not a big deal. You can totally figure out how to do this yourself. So just begin with a mind sweep of all of the possible actions that may need to take place in order to achieve that goal or to complete that project. And then once you have your mind sweep of all of the things that need to be done, then all you need to do is actually put them in order. Like, you need to do this first, second, third, or this is the last thing you need to do, and work backwards. However it works for you. But when it comes to actually assigning the dates, then I'm going to tell you to work backwards on it, because you want to make sure that you are starting with the end in mind. With, you want to have this goal achieved by X date. And then you're going to take that date and move it backwards on your timeline and assign all the other dates to the tasks that need to take place. Now, it's important, and if you haven't done the action before, that you do make sure that you're overestimating the amount of time that it takes. You know, add that little buffer in there. And I know that this is against Parkinsons Law, the old adage where your work expands to the time allotted. But you'll be excited if you have just a little bit of extra time in there in your day that you weren't planning for. So just have, maybe you want to set a good, better, best time allotted for it. So your best goal and maybe the doubled amount of time is your good. So play with it a little, however it would work. But I just encourage you to add a little bit of buffer time in there, because nothing is more frustrating than spending 4 hours on something that you thought was only going to take you 2 hours. It can really take the wind out of your sails a little bit. Okay, so now how do you create a winning record in your online business? And this is how it's going to work. So for every action that you actually complete on time, that's considered a win. Yay, yay you, good job. And for everything that doesn't get completed on time and on the due date, that's considered a loss. And I don't know about you, and I'm not a big fan of losing. But anyways, so for me, I'm a Notion enthusiast. I absolutely love Notion for all my project management. And I've added 2 fields in there. And one is for a win and one is for a loss. I could also do it with one field and then say plus or minus, but that doesn't give you the same effect of your wins and your losses. Bottom line, in my opinion. But if you're not a Notion enthusiast, not a big deal. You can go ahead and add these if your project management system allows you to have custom fields. And if you don't use a project management system at all, still not a big deal. Just either use a Google Sheet or an Excel spreadsheet and then put every single action that you need to get done, the date that you need to get it done by, and the actual win and then loss columns in there, so that you can track whether or not you've actually completed it on time. So what does creating that winning record tell you in your business? So I'm just going to shine a little bit of light on this for you. So if you're getting things completed on time, then you know you're actually moving things forward in your business. But if you're not getting them completed on time, then you might be falling short of some of the things that you could be doing in your business. And it's okay. Occasionally things do come up and an action item isn't going to get completed on the actual due date. That's not a big problem. Remember, the key word right there is occasionally. It can't be happening all the time. And if the record has more losses than wins, then it's time to take a look at what's going on inside of your online business to be causing this. So do you have a mindset issue around something? Are you overscheduling yourself? Do you need to hire someone to be able to complete things for you? Those are just all different questions you want to ask, because that's valuable information. If you're repeatedly getting a losing record on your goal achievement or your project completion, then that is a sure sign that something is going on with taking those actionable steps. And if you're creating a winning record in your if you're creating that winning record in your business, then you're going to be reaping that reward in your revenue, your sales, your new customers. So it's just a little bit of a different spin on getting those action items done. So I would love to hear if you found benefit in this. If you did, please go ahead and leave me a comment below. I'd like to hear what you have to say. And thank you so much for your time. And I appreciate you. You have a wonderful day.